Here's a couple more broken bolt type extractions that we're going to do. First, I've got this stud right here, and that stud's not actually broken, but I know from past experience that if I try to remove it, it's probably going to break on the backside. The other one is that bolt right there in the cylinder head that is broken. And so that one I'm going to have to get creative to get out. Let's start with the stud though. I want to get it out of the way to give myself more room to work with that bolt. So the whole problem with this stud is this right here on the back side. If you could see that right there where the stud comes all the way through, and it's just kind of a rusty lump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin by grinding that rust off. So the tool I'm going to use to do that is a 90-degree die grinder like this with that burr on it, and that's a round carbide, and I'm going to get after that thing. I'm going to grind that off on the back side. So I'm going to pause while I do that. So there you could see I started grinding that off, but I still got a lot of rust back there in the cylinder head, the parent metal. I want to grind that rust out, so I'm going to keep going. All right, so that's a little better. I've got most of that rust ground out of there. So I think at this point I'm about ready to give it a shot. Now, a couple of things about using this style of die grinder, any die grinder in general. Number one, my hands are clean. I don't want an oily, greasy hand grabbing hold of this thing. This is not the type of tool that you really want to have getting away from you. Okay, that thing, that burr right there, will do some real Frankenstein stuff to you. You want to talk about crazy scars, that'll give it to you. All right. And then number two, I am definitely wearing eye protection, and I'm definitely wearing hearing protection. This thing is loud, and it throws chips, lots and lots of nice, shiny, little, tiny, nasty steel chips. And if one of those gets in your eye, then it's not going to be fun to have that taken out. So I'm going to throw a little bit of rust penetrant on the back of that, and we'll see if we can't get it out. So what I'm doing now is double nutting it. I put this nut down on that stud, and I made sure that I had room that I can get that box end off if necessary. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to put it down against the other one, and then I'm going to lock the two of them together. This is a pretty good way to get just about any stud out. Okay, so now we'll just lock the two of them together like that. And let's see if this stud's gonna come out now. It is twisting. So good. That makes me happy. Definitely. So that turned out not to be too bad. But again, the key is prep.